Hello, everyone, and welcome back to part two of Great Expectations. If you have not watched part one, you can go to Zareth's channel and watch it, like, subscribe, leave a comment, do all the things there, get all the gossip, and then come back here.
I don't feel like we gossiped.
I feel like we gave a ton of info on what's going to happen this year because we clearly know more than CG.
Giving info is the same as gossip.
Sure.
Let's move on. So, we were gossiping before we started, but that
We,
was different.
we were.
Yeah,
Just a bunch of gossip. It's
all
fine.
all the gossip. Yeah. So, what are we doing today?
Okay, so we have a viewer question and there's a pack that we can talk about. I think we've actually talked about this pack before, but I feel like I mean, you mentioned we should talk about it because it's pretty relevant pretty much every time it comes back, but it's also more relevant now. We'll get into it.
Mm-hmm.
No spoilers. Character review.
Yeah. Okay.
And then a fantastic roster roast, I'm sure.
I feel like they're painful for everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
just me.
I feel like um particularly viewers get more joy than pain out of it.
I think they're probably right. I think that I get more pain because
Yep.
I'm actually not being that nice, and you're just like my conscience is clean. I'm nice the whole time.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Ah, man.
Whereas I'm
Uh,
like wounding my own soul by not being kind to people.
which I will say, that's probably where the joy comes from for the viewers, not the actual uh roster itself. It's
People are
your
like
your soul wounding.
Zareth wounding his soul. God, that's so dark.
Ah, man. Okay, so let's talk about this viewer question. So Zanir was asking if we think we will ever see a tune or character in game that has omicrons for different game modes. And I guess this prompted because last episode we were talking about somebody like was asking a question about making other characters GLs in games such as Darth Vader. And Zanir's immediate thought was give him an Omicron, and then the second thought after that was give him one for each PvP mode. So give him a GAC one and give him a Territory War one. Thoughts?
Um, what do you think? What other modes are there that need it? Well, quote unquote need it. Like galactic
Omicrons?
challenges? Yeah, galactic challenges.
No. I mean, PvP, you just have your GAC and Territory War, right? Because then
Mm-hmm.
otherwise it's just TB and Conquest, and I don't think anyone's doing that.
No.
No. Um, I actually like the idea of having an Omicron for the different game modes. I know that I would probably forget which one is active at which time, but I think I would eventually like you would remember and you would learn it. Um, my concern is I think that CG doesn't know how to do this. Whether they don't know how to do it or however the Omicrons are coded, I feel like there would be a lot of like just bugs bleeding into the game.
Okay, so you're saying like game mode is in like a more broad version of like PvP as a whole gets so territory war and GAC gets an Omicron. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, so like say
Okay.
his unique was an Omicron and then one of his specials was an Omicron. One of this is how I'm reading the question at least. Um
Oh, you're saying one character gets one for this one
mhm.
and a different one. Okay. I
Yeah,
just
so like they
apparently I
would
didn't
have
hear
two
that. All
Omicrons.
right.
One would be active during GAC, one would be active during Territory War. I
Yeah,
guess the
that would
easier
be challenging
I
a
guess
little
the
bit.
easier option is to make it like you're saying a PvP Omicron and just have it say in Territory War and GAC.
that's where the lines would start to get really fuzzy. It's like, wait, this one, okay, this one applies to this and this, but not to this. It's like, hey, this Omicron works in territory battles and in GAC.
Yeah.
That would be weird, man.
Yeah.
That would
But
that would hurt my mind a little bit.
but I feel like that would be the easiest way to do it.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't think that. I feel like so that got asked on Gambit as well. I think we talked about that maybe a little bit. I think CG, or maybe it was a little different, but I feel like CG doesn't want to combine Omicron abilities because they exist
Hmm.
to make them money and to cause frustration. In my opinion,
Right.
like that they want people to say, "Hey, I want to play in all the different game modes,"
Right.
and that, oh well, you can, but you're not going to be nearly as good unless you have Omicrons.
Right.
And oh, okay, well, cool. I'm gonna have enough Omicrons for all the game modes, right?
Right.
Right. It's the Anakin and Padme meme.
Yeah.
I'll have enough of Omicrons for both game modes, right? And Anakin just smiles.
Yeah. Yeah, you will.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh yeah, okay, that's a fair assessment. I do think that we won't get it. Like I don't think that that would be a thing that they would introduce.
I think they just want to frustrate people into buying Omicrons to be good at one game mode. They're not interested in. I don't know. I mean, I could see them maybe putting different Omicrons for different game modes on a single character, but it
Hmm.
seems to me like it. They would prefer to keep it simple, which I think I would also prefer.
Hmm. I feel like also in terms of elevating characters to the game to make them like a GL, we we do see that happen, whether it's through Omicrons or Datacrons. It is happening. And I
Hmm.
mean, if it's a Datacron, obviously it's a rotational type thing, but it is there.
It exists.
It exists
Yeah.
if you pay enough attention and interact with it
Hmm.
and take your church to Relic 5.
I think you should go do it too.
No peer pressure.
Just my opinion. I'm not saying you have to. Just you one would be wise to do that.
Hmm.
That's all. They, I don't feel judged at all.
I'm not judging.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, let's also move on from this.
All right.
I'm
Uh,
judging you for judging me.
do we want to, this kind of relates to this. Do we want to go and do this pack review then?
Sure.
Because this is relatable since we're talking about Omicrons and there's an Omicron pack in the store right now.
Look at that. Hold on. Could you go back for just one sec?
Sure.
No, so to the start of your
Store?
I want to look at the daily deals.
Ah. Oh.
This
Oh
is
man,
the
I don't have enough crystals.
well, you could
That's such a
spend
good
your
deal.
That's what I did on Professor X, by the way. I saw one of these deals. I was like, "Oh my goodness, this is amazing!" So I bought a daily deal, and then I was in range to get what's his name, Silly Eternal Emperor.
Man, maybe I'll buy some crystals.
But this is what we see. That's what I've been seeing on a lot of different accounts. People sending screenshots of
Yeah.
like, well, and I think that the ones I see them on are the people. I think that they have a thing, some component of their algorithm to tell what daily deal they should offer is, uh, do they get max crate in the raid?
Uh, I was gonna say I've seen this specific deal from 3 or 4 people in our guild.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um damn it, I'm gonna have to buy crystals because I need this stupid daily deal.
You have 17 hours.
I have 17 hours. Yeah.
All right. I just wanted to point that out because you're talking about signal data being the crunch point.
It is a crunch point. And this is a great deal.
Yeah.
especially if
Oh,
you're buying that blue signal data with crystals.
oh yeah. It absolutely is. This is it's worth the crystals for sure if you can afford it.
Okay, let's go look at the actual pack we're gonna review while I contemplate how many crystals I'm gonna buy going into Conquest. Okay.
I don't know how many viewers enjoyed it, but I feel like that was you hurting your soul just now, and I and I enjoyed it. So
I don't want to have to buy crystals, but I don't want. I would rather buy a pack than buy crystals, believe it or not.
I tend to agree. I mean, you because then you have crystals to just throw around and you
Yeah.
do inefficient things with them. Yeah.
I mean, the good thing is I don't care about seven starring my Leviathan, so it's okay if I use my crystals on this daily deal. That is
There's
color.
there are so many things I just have to move on tonight from. You Leviathan.
Ah.
Why don't we bring up all the pain points? Let's talk about trench for a minute here. How's your trench doing, Sarah?
Don't worry about my trench. I
I
think I
am
have to take
perpetually worried.
I think I have to take on a Relic 7. Ugh.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. He's good.
Uh,
Like maybe you apply something on it. Like
he has an Omicron.
you I feel like you're like, yeah, I'm gonna help the guild, but only to to like the very barest that they stipulate.
They
It's okay.
said
Yeah.
they know who they are, and they said, "Can you take him to Relic 1?" And I said, "Okay."
So let's talk about this pack. I just thought we'd get to we'd go into the
The weeds.
trench. Yeah. Well,
Okay.
just the pain points. So we're past it.
So the Omicron pack is here.
The next segment is that we create is going to be called pain points. I
Pain
swear.
points. Ah.
Yep.
um
$30 in the
American.
U.S. Yep.
Yeah. So you get 10 Omicron mats and then a bunch of other stuff. Really though, like you're buying this for the Omicrons.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we can't. People can't even see the Omicrons because I had it. Okay,
Ah.
there we go. I was like, this is a terrible pack because if you exclude the left hand row,
Oh. Oh
everything
yeah.
is it's all just horrible. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, like what are we talking about? Like, how is this relevant?
Yeah. I mean, I guess also like I feel like a bunch of us are feeling the Zeta crunch too. So 3 Zetas is kind of nice to throw in the here. I would prefer more than 3, but I'll take it.
Sure, sure. Well, I mean, they even have 20 bronzium. Woo.
Yeah, goody. Okay, so 10 Omicrons though, so you're halfway to being able to apply an Omicron and you can buy it twice. So if you wanted to, you could spend 60 American, 80 Canadian and put a full Omicron on somebody.
Yep, and almost one third of a zeta.
Correct.
Yep. Yeah, this is the pretty standard pricing for
Hmm.
them. The CG's released. It's for it's dominance in one game mode.
Yeah. Um, so I know I'm pretty sure we've talked about this pack before, and like it's good. It's really good value, especially because Omicrons are so hard to come by. Um, do you think the value of this pack has changed now that we have the pink token event thingy that comes out and we can buy Omicrons with our pink, hot pink
Right.
currency?
The pink token event token thingies
Yeah.
are they do kind of a tiny bit undermine the dollar value of Omicrons, but
Hmm.
I mean that it's all controlled by CG anyways on how many Omicrons that they release, and anytime they want to overload us again, there's a ton of characters that don't have Omicrons.
Right. Right. So they could just update a whole bunch of them and we're now back to needing
Right.
more Omicrons.
Or if they're planning on releasing, 20 characters in a year or whatever, if they increase the number of characters that release again,
Hmm.
then I mean every character that they release, other than Galactic Legends, have Omicrons, and so I do feel a little bit like, in a way, I don't know, the pink token event token thingies
Hmm.
are just what do they equate to unless you refresh them in the shop, like
Right.
refresh those events. They cost what, or
Uh,
you get like one new Omicron a year, something like that.
yeah, something like that, unless you're refreshing. The refresh is relatively cheap though. It's what, 200 crystals a refresh?
I don't remember, but
It's
yeah, I
two
mean
it's two or 300, I can't remember.
it's not terrible. I would say, well, I mean, we just don't have an excess of crystals. Like, they just want us to spend
Hmm.
all our crystals on these little things. It's not a bad price. I think it's comparable, actually. We don't we Sarah has a strict rule against math on her channel, folks. So you know, it's like borderline. We can barely use numbers, but
We could do it.
right, you're benevolent and kind to allow us numbers, but we need to we need to uh I don't know. I think that this is pretty comparable to that one.
Yeah.
It's just dollar values versus crystal values. If you
Right.
compare the two, it's pretty comparable.
I think also, like, we don't know how often that event is going to come around, even though it does kind of look like it's going to be an end of conquest type thingy. And we obviously don't know how often the packs come around, so it's, I don't know, comparable in terms of scarcity as well.
I feel like I've been looking for this one for a while. There was there a Christmas one, I think, that was like you spend $200 and
Yeah,
you get like 3 or 4 Omicrons or however many.
it was insane. I think you could buy that more than once, couldn't you?
You could buy it twice. Yeah, someone,
Yeah.
I think it was Tass. Someone on the Gambit Alliance was saying they bought it twice. I was like, jeez. But that's the exact thing I was talking about. It's because he wants to play GAC at a high level and Territory Wars at a high level, and
Mm-hmm.
it's hard. You can't have both and not also invest a little bit of money or at least a lot of crystals now that you can do that,
Mm-hmm.
into Omicron. So yeah, Omicrons are, I mean, pretty smart by CG because it gives you a huge boost in one game mode.
Right, right. So,
I mean, I've said it before. I would love like the Finn Omicron
hmm,
for territory battles. That seems like fun, man. Every time I see someone using it, it's pure joy. People
yeah,
are just, I love this. This is so fun. I'm
yeah.
enjoying myself 100% of the time during this mission. This is so cool. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm gonna put like the third one on some GAC character
Right,
instead because I
right.
don't I don't like need it, but it seems like fun. I would love it. So
Yeah, yeah.
$60, love? Probably not.
Fair. So still has value though.
What's the most recent Omicron you've placed? How many do you have? Can you click on it so that we can verify?
75.
Oh my lord.
The most recent one I placed was Beck for Territory War.
Nice.
Yeah, put his on. I did, I think I did a Dark Trooper Moff Gideon one. And then before that, it was probably Trench or Grand Inquisitor, one of those two.
So you've been placing a ton of TW ones.
Yeah, I have.
You probably played Territory Wars more than you played GAC anyway, so.
It's true.
Because
In
Territory
Ter
Wars is mandatory.
in Territory War, I can't just like go in and be like, I preloaded it. Okay, let's walk away. If I did that, oh man, I'd get filleted. Uh, so moving on. So we like this though. We still like this, even with the pink token event thingy. Uh, still has value.
Pink token, event token. I liked how you said it.
Yeah, pink token, pink event token event. I don't know.
Yeah,
Whatever.
this is fine value. honestly, it's not a ripoff. I'll just say
Right.
that. I guess like
Right.
if you're going to spend money, obviously, like we say most of our videos at least, this isn't pressure to spend money on the game. It is just if you want to spend money. It's a good discussion on what if it holds any value or if it's just a total ripoff. And this is not a ripoff. This holds value,
Hmm.
and I doubt if you're going to spend that money, I doubt you'll totally regret it. At least it's
The
fine.
only thing I wish this pack had is blue signal data.
I know they don't have the good one.
Like, just throw us a bone. So
Yeah,
that's it. But okay, do you want to review a character?
sure. What character do you have in mind?
A droid of sorts.
Speaking of throw us a bone, this is actually a character that I believe in one of the books is called Bones. There's a character called Bones
Really?
that is this, yeah. Yeah. In the what is it? The Empire, and it's a series that I'm just totally spacing on it. Yeah, there's a trilogy
Hmm.
where it kind of chronicles the end, like the final fall of the Empire, because the movies show like they kind of imply that the rebellions won, but they don't show the details of like how to. Like, there's still a war going on.
Right.
So, anyways, I think there is a character in it called Mr. Bones, and it's a guy, like some kid has found an old B1 battle droid
Yeah.
and revived it, and then, of course, has its own funky personality and stuff.
As it would.
Yeah,
Um,
I gotta like these guys, actually. It pretty much in all the, like, they do a good job of making them, like, annoying but funny and endearing.
yeah. They have good like comedic relief.
They're way better than C3PO.
Poor guy. Um, okay, but this is good timing because we had the stop marquee, which is basically a B1 droid on a whatever.
Are we supposed to pronounce it stop?
Is it stop or is it stop?
I've been pronouncing it Stap because that's literally how it's spelled. But
Well,
far be it from me to be literal.
I feel like if I pronounce it how it's spelled, I have to make my voice all like nasally and annoying, like a B1.
Dude, that's what it is. It's like people who have lisps can't say what they have. It's like one of those where you have to
Hmm.
conform to the word itself to
Uh-huh.
actually pronounce it the right way. Kind
Yeah.
of. Yeah.
So, and I
Stap.
I don't want to.
Stap. Yeah, it's totally be one.
Oh man. Okay, so that character is in game. So let's talk about B1.
Yeah. What do you like about B1?
Um, well, I only really use him with Grievous. Like there, I can't think of a team he would go on that isn't Grievous.
I mean, you don't play 3v3, so I guess you don't know. But there's a GL Newt team that I really like
Oh yeah,
with
I
him.
do that. I do Newt B1 Django.
Yeah.
That's my Qui-Gon counter.
Oh yeah, that's a decent percentage for that one. I mean, I like that team because you can't immediately kill any of the characters.
Yeah.
You do an AOE, even if it does a million damage on the AOE. Like Django has 2 lives, and at the very start of the fight, he's got damage immunity.
Hmm.
Newt has a second life,
Hmm.
and then B1 has stacks, so it just does 1 stack to him.
Right. Um, so I know with B1, he obviously can spread target lock. I think his health, he turns his health to like one, doesn't he? His total health because of the stacks.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So there's something like weird there, but he seems really straightforward. I basically spam his special when I use him.
Yeah, so he's the guy that I always think of as like he's the target lock,
Hmm.
the target lock specialist because The rest of the team will get target lock sometimes, but you don't. You typically the way the whole Grievous target lock team works, and now it's more and more out of date, unfortunately. But the way it works is Grievous gets so much turn meter, and so does the rest of the team, but mostly Grievous,
Hmm.
from hitting someone who has target lock already. And so what happens is B1 constantly assists, and so as you're hitting with Grievous and that team, as your target, so whenever you can, if it's not B1 firing, you want to target someone with target lock
Yeah.
because you'll hit them and Grievous will get turn meter, and then B1 assists and also gives Grievous turn meter.
Hmm.
So when it's B1's turn, though, you can do the special and target someone without target lock
To give them target lock.
to give them target lock. And then everyone else, like Grievous, can do an AoE with that gives everyone target lock,
Hmm.
but when he does that, you still want to target someone who already has target lock if possible.
So that you're getting more turn meter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he's just constantly trying to feed turn meter to his team and to himself.
Yeah. And so with B1 too, B1 too, with B1, um, doing his special is also feeding himself more stacks. So like when he's getting hit and stuff, you're keeping him around a little bit longer. And also Grievous is slowly killing him.
Right. So there will be times that I only use a basic with
Mhm.
B1 because I don't want to piss everyone off and have them like at them doing if they all have retribution, for
Yeah.
instance. That's like half his life almost just gone if he
Yeah.
does an AOE and there's no taunt. One interesting thing about Stap is like if you put his Omicron on, and
Hmm.
I haven't really seen any videos at all of him this GAC. I think this week is the first week we could see Stap, but he and I think he's going to be more effective in fives anyways. But he gets to shoot with his like he gets to at the start of every turn or at the start of every opponent's turn he gets a turn as well,
Yes.
and so B1 is always going to assist him as well when he does that.
Oh, I didn't think of that. Oh, that's
So
interesting. So you're
and
feeding more churn meter theoretically.
well, and Step does do target lock to on basic.
Mm.
So yeah,
Yikes.
you could potentially and Stap is the fastest character in the game right now, other than Galactic Legends. So he's the ninth fastest
Hmm.
character in the game.
Yikes. I
Um,
did notice how fast he was. Yeah, so that's gonna
that's what she
be
said.
that's gonna be a lot of fun. Um, I don't know. I feel like B1 though, like he's one of the older characters, but his kit is just so straightforward and basic that I feel like it just hasn't gone out of style.
Yeah, it's good. I see that you have health primary mods on him.
Yeah, I don't know what I did. I think I automated something and then it did this. I
Oh,
also
you
just have a ton of health mods.
right. So, do you know which ones would probably be better there?
Potency for target lock to land.
Yeah, potency would be great. Well, because crit chance doesn't do anything
Yeah.
because he doesn't crit ever. Crit damage also doesn't do anything. So
Mhm.
I would say the only three tenacity doesn't get debuffs anyways that he can, other than weird locked ones that he can't resist anyways.
Mhm.
Like there's very few that are actually relevant for him. Health don't do anything for him either, like we were just saying. So really the only ones that impact him are offense, speed, and potency.
Right. And he has speed, but maybe I'll swap. I'm really overdue for a roster remod, so yikes. That'll be a project to do in the future.
Yeah, next year, plenty of time next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, you know what you could do? You could find one of those GACs that you're like, I'm gonna try today, and then instead trick yourself into doing the modding instead, and just not do the GAC.
So in 3 to 5 business months.
There's a such thing as a business month.
There is when it comes to remodding your roster.
Okay.
Uh,
There's like entire months that just don't count as business months. Okay.
yeah.
Sounds like a
Um,
Canada thing. I don't know.
any,
I don't
any
know.
any other thoughts about B1?
Um Not necessarily. What the thing that I really like about him, honestly, is and you don't have to do this anymore. Like Grievous used to be such an important team, and it's just he's really fallen off lately. And I hope Stap puts a stap to that. But Snap, I'm really hoping that he'll be more relevant. The thing I like about B1 though, in the context of that team, is because he assists every single possible time. First
Hmm.
off, avoid Treya because Treya lead just
Oh yeah,
murders poor B1.
poor
Um,
guy.
yeah, it's tragic and a little funny at the same time. And then also on top of that though, I also think that like he is worthy of higher relics if you want to get that team going,
Hmm.
because he assists every single time. Like he is shooting every opponent or every character that you target every single turn that you have.
Right.
So even though you only get half of the, like he increases his health stat for a relic level, but that health stat obviously turns into one. The offense alone, because you use it so much, it's still one of the more important ones. I think it's one
That's
of
a
my
good
first
point.
5 relics that I had on my main account way back when they added relics to the game.
I think I took him to Relic 5 so I could use a Datacron.
Good for you. Congratulations.
I think. I can't remember. I could be wrong.
That sounds exciting.
Okay. Speaking of exciting, do you want to roast a roster?
Yeah, you should sing it like Anna or whatever.
Do you want to build a snowman? Do you want to roast a roster?
Exactly.
Come outside and play.
I don't, I don't see any birds landing on your shoulder though.
Uh,
So
nobody wants to hear me sing.
you're gonna get a million comments saying that they do now.
No. The answer is no. Okay. So, this actually is one of your patrons, I believe.
I didn't know he was on the list.
He's on the list. So I didn't realize he was. I was scrolling through our list because I'm going back down the list of the volunteers. And he volunteered back in December of 2022. And at the time,
Oh
he
my god.
wrote that he had just hit 3 million GP.
So this is a year later.
So this is a year later. Um, in Kyber 3.
Okay. In Kyber 3, a year later.
Hmm.
Well, we had
And
3 million before. What's he at now?
7.8.
Oh, look at him. All right.
That's a big, so more than doubled his GP in just over a year.
He probably bought the light speed bundles. Is my
I
guess.
mean, I bought them too, so can't blame
Yeah.
him. Can't blame him.
Seems like a
Um,
good choice.
yeah. Okay. Shall we? Hot
Um,
Hot Damerons. That's a great guild name.
Hot damn, Morons. Yeah, that's good. I like it. If you know who Poe Dameron is.
Yeah. It's funny. I like it. Okay.
Yeah. So he's got a 4-star Leviathan.
Yeah. All right. Let's switch this around. Who are we missing? Profundity? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's weird.
That is weird. 5-star Radis. Hmm.
6-star Finalizer.
Hmm. So those are new ads, I'm guessing, with the Lightspeed bundle.
Yeah, so the thing to keep in mind too, though, Prevail Man he's at 7 point something
Mm-hmm.
mil, and he was at 4.2 like less than a year ago.
Right.
Like
So
the light speed bundles just
it,
super boost.
all your well, yeah, because you're getting a ton of characters to relics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Six star
and
executive.
the ships as well. The ships with the
Yeah.
characters really.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep. So 6-star executive. It seems like he's kind of pointed in the right direction for ships though.
Right. Why Relic 4 on Grievous?
He probably is copying Prevail Man. That's how many relics I have on my Prevail Man account.
Why stop at 4?
Because you don't need more. He's so good. It's
Uh,
all mechanics with him.
oh man.
But
Uh
yeah.
Okay. Tie Reaper's looking a little sad.
Yeah, it's hard to farm that stupid thing. I
Yeah.
see the comeuppance. What what star level is Zori at? Out of curiosity, like Prevail Man has enough stars to unlock comeuppance, and I
Hmm.
can't unlock because of Zori. I don't have it unlocked
5 stars, Zori.
with an Omicron. Okay, well
Hmm.
that's not a good choice, but let's move on.
Okay. Um, man, these pilots are looking sad.
Oh, he didn't buy all the light speed. I think he didn't get the Phoenix one. What's going on,
No, that's
dude?
surprising. That was a good one.
Dude, for $10, you get a bunch of worthless characters.
You're really selling it.
But seriously though, it is
Why don't you
really
just flush your
you get
$10 down
Phoenix.
the toilet?
But you get Phoenix plus a bunch of worthless characters.
Uh, Echelon to is 6 star. Okay. I did not at Relics is kind of weird.
Yeah, it got weird. Please work on that.
Huh. Okay.
All right, I'm bored. Can we move on? Or
Yeah.
can we just be done?
No, we can't just be done. We gotta go look. Let's look at Datacrons real quick. Okay.
What happens if we play the 300 game with ships?
Oh man. No.
uh,
Okay.
sort of invested in
Sort of
Omicrons.
like halfway, like doing a trial run, taste testing.
He's just putting his toes in the water.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, look at all these level ones I have. I'm here to intimidate you. And that's it. Because they're not going to do anything for me, but I will intimidate you.
Anyway, this the next set, he at least went to level 3 on almost all of them.
Well, the level 3s are they're the most important. How many doubt and protection upcrons have you rolled? Out of curiosity.
Oh, not enough. I think
That's not an answer.
I think I have 1 or 2 doubt crons
Okay. Yeah,
and
no,
1 protection up.
that is really bad.
It's
Okay.
it's bad. Yeah.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah. I'm not happy about it. Um,
Me either. You're in my guild. I need you more, please.
okay. Let's go look at the characters.
Just gotta get in a roster roast on Sarah every time.
Every roster roast, every episode. Okay. So 3 GLs. So the two, whoops.
Ray doesn't
Uh,
ever ult.
Raid is so that's obviously a newer one. But like when did the Lightspeed bundles come out? October?
Yeah,
I
or
guess you could
November
have like
something.
been slowly like you would have had to get the ship maybe or whatever the case may be. Okay.
I guess.
Let's play the 300 game. So wait a minute, sorry.
I
Hold
like
the phone.
playing. I like pretending like I could possibly win this.
You mean to tell me without the Lightspeed bundles, your only GL would have been C?
Without the Lightspeed bundles, you'd probably still be stuck at 3 million.
Yeah. But like why C first?
That's a pretty common starting.
I
I
know. I don't agree with it. I know it's common. I don't like it.
Yeah, a lot of the guides say that you should do Sith Eternal. Now I'm not sure, especially with Bane. If you can get Bane, you should probably go for Sith Eternal. Seems like, but yeah.
I don't like it. Okay. Let's sort by speed. Interesting. Oh.
Wow. Is Echo? You gonna really tell me that Echo's 300 speed at gear 9?
5 star.
Stars don't give him speed, but
Well, I'm just saying.
okay, all right.
Uh,
Poor old Grief, no Zetas on him.
he's just hanging out.
Hold on, Dash has an Omicron but no Zetas. What?
Uh,
What the what? It got really
man.
weird.
Hermit Yoda has no Zetas. Okay.
Is General Skywalker, how many does he have? I can't see it clearly.
3. 3. I don't know.
Darth Vader only has 2.
Darth Vader only has two. Yeah.
What's he missing?
This is weird. Echo
Probably
is
his
throwing me
leadership.
off.
Yeah, I can't. I don't think. I don't think Echo's 300 speed.
Okay, you can pick first because he's your patron.
That's such a terrible. Okay. Um. I will say Dash.
I wanted to say Dash. Uh,
That means I maybe won this thing.
uh,
You cheat. Sorry, I should have coughed when
uh,
I said that.
um, so do I just say Hermit Yoda?
Oh, you just say whoever, man. You can say Wicket. I really don't care.
All right, I'm gonna say Hermit Yoda then.
All right, it's gonna be close.
Gonna be close. What's Dash at? 305. Echo
Uh-oh.
might be 300.
No!
I kind of want to see what Echo is at just for funsies.
All right, we'll check.
Hermit Yoda's 301. Yikes.
See? I told you I couldn't win at this.
You just said maybe you would win.
I know. Well, I thought maybe you weren't trying to fake
No,
it out.
Echo's 301.
Wow, that's foolish. All right,
That is wild.
it's madness. All right. You know what? You can actually do a lot with a low gear Bad Batch if you have a fast enough Echo. So it's not a totally terrible choice.
Holy. Okay, so Echo was the line because Hux is 297.
Wow.
Man, that
Here's,
Echo was throwing me off though.
yeah, it should. That's weird.
It is weird. And level 82.
Hmm?
Echo is level 82.
He's not even 85.
No.
He's having similar credit crunch issues as me, for
Oh
sure.
man. Okay, I'm gonna take the speed sorting off.
Okay.
What do you want to look at? Obviously, he's got Star Killer, 3 GLs.
We could just stop here. I'm good.
That is not how this game works. BB-8 doesn't have any Zetas either. Ugh,
Oh, stop being so BB elitist.
3PO doesn't have any. Man.
Chupia doesn't have one.
I guess Zetas are a crunch.
Yeah, a pretty big crunch for this account, I think.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Nisa's at Relic 7, so we're going for Leia.
I think he just loves Ewoks. He just thinks Nisa's cute. In not an awkward way, of course.
Oh,
Like
boy.
an animal way. Like a pet
In a pet
mur
way.
pet murder bear way. Yeah.
Boy. Okay, pick a faction.
Ewoks.
I can tell he loves Ewoks.
He just loves his Ewoks.
Totally.
He's getting to the others. I can
He's
tell.
getting to him, clearly. Oh man.
See, Peplu's level 70 something.
Chirpa's got his Zeta. He's good. He's ready to roll. Um, okay, pick a different faction.
No, you pick a faction. Jeez. Stop.
Okay,
with
so
the-
he's got First Order, he's got Resistance, and he has C. Let's look at his Jedi.
He has Malgus, by the way.
Oh, so you want to look at his Sith Empire?
No, I just want. Look at what you were wanting to. I just thought I'd mention that.
I did see Malgus, which is pretty solid. Okay.
Hey, someone who actually has Revan farmed. That's good.
No Jedi Cal, because that event is never coming back, apparently.
Don't make excuses for him.
Okay.
Kanan in the gutter here.
Yeah, he's looking a little sad. Shakti's looking a little sad, too. And Yoda, yikes.
He spent on Lightspeed bundles, but didn't get. I feel like that's my biggest criticism so far. Is like he bought Lightspeed bundles pretty clearly. Like but like the Phoenix are an impact team, and it's $10 to get them all relicked, and
And a bunch of
you
other.
well, yeah, and you need them for profundity. Well, you need Hera for profundity, but then you
Mhm.
want those ships to be decent for that fleet, anyways.
Yeah.
So, could you go to Phoenix real quick? Let's see if his Hera is already boosted or not.
No.
But his Rex is. Oh, because of Leia.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's going for Leia and an Omicron.
Well, it's fairly obvious he's going for Leia,
I feel
but
like if you're gonna put an Omicron on Rex, you're gonna want your Phoenix to be a little beefier.
yeah, that's a nonsense
Because then you
Omicron
have
right now.
half of an Omicron.
It makes zero sense. He's like, hey, I have a level 74 Sabine.
Hey,
What's with all
man,
the uneven levels, man?
you were just
Don't.
talking about the credit crunch.
Yeah, so buy these characters and they'll automatically be moved.
True.
It's $10, man. $10 and you get so much, but it's okay. You don't want to be good at this game.
Okay, let me
It's
look at.
fine.
Let's look at
None of
September.
us want good results in this game.
Why is Basti not at relics? Like, why leave her out? Everyone else is relic.
Is she the only non-requirement character in the whole faction? I think that's
Is that what it is?
yeah. He's just being lazy. He's like, I didn't do it because I didn't have to. Mom, you didn't say to put on shoes before we were going to the store.
Poor Basti. Okay, pick one last faction.
I really thought you were gonna say poor bastard.
That would fit with something that I would say. Um,
uh, all right. Let's look at Empire for some reason.
Empire.
Besides the E.
Thank you. Um,
Just want to see if he's like what's going on with the Inquisition and what's going on with we saw the Iden sucked.
um,
Does he have Dark Trooper Moff Gideon? Does he is yeah? So like Gar and Imperial Super Commando aren't attended to, which is
mhm.
that I mean that's typically fine. Just
Inquisition are not tended to either.
no, they don't even they have level 72.
Hmm.
It's just so uneven. It's driving me totally crazy. 72 on fifth brother, 75 on seventh, 77 on eighth brother. He did it just to annoy me.
Clearly, it's working.
Yeah, and it worked. So congratulations. We're gonna get all sorts of trigger photos now
Uh,
of people with uneven levels.
I feel like this is just required characters, like you said, taken to relics. I guess other than the Dark Trooper.
It is actually fairly hilarious to me to see people just totally destroyed by the Zeta Crunch to the point where they can't like Thrawn doesn't have one, Scout Trooper
Hmm.
doesn't have one, Mara, who you use all the time, which she doesn't need hers, but it's so funny to see she has an Omicron but no Zetas. Like
Yeah.
no one has Zetas. It's not really like that's not a part of my criticism because I get it at this level. It's tough to, but I think I've been maybe a little kinder on this one because he's his roster is so similar to Prevail
To
Man's.
prevail, man.
Yeah, because I'm constantly crunched for Zetas
That
too.
Zeta crunches. Like I feel the Zeta crunch now.
Here, go to Rogue One real quick. Let's see how he's doing on profundity.
I'm gonna say not well.
Okay, I'm sorry I asked. Let's go. We'll see you next week. I hope everyone.
Goodbye.